Hey team, welcome or welcome back. This is going to be the video for our tarot scopes and the quick look at the moon transit for the 24th and 25th of June. Feeling a very cozy vibe today. The moon is in Leo all day. It moves into Virgo tomorrow on the 25th, right around 1 p.m. There's a void moon all day, all the way up until then. So this is a really great time to just be like tuning back in. One of the people in the tarot community that I follow was talking about this energy as being really nice for just protecting your energy. Like Leo is all about self-love, and a void moon is all about like taking a pause and not initiating anything new. So I really just want to echo that and just say this is a good time to be protecting your energy, getting really cozy back into something. Don't allow yourself to be seduced by anything, and don't allow yourself to seduce anything or anyone as well. Let me see. Tomorrow, the 25th, we also have Venus stationing direct. Yes. Very, very excited about that particular transit because it has been, 40 days and 40 nights in the desert. And hopefully we've all come out a little bit wiser, a little less likely to be, again, seduced by things that don't have any dignity, things that don't really have any foundation in the real world, or are just a reflection of our own desires. It's that Inanna going into the underworld and having all of her dignity stripped off and looking at the actual reality of what loving relationships are and what her proclivities, and sometimes we try to seduce so that we don't be seen. All right, so that's it for the astrology. Let's get into the collective energies with the tarot. I'll also have to pick a card at the end of this video. Timestamps are in the description box down below. Feel free to pause the video, take a couple deep breaths before you decide which card you would like to listen to, and let's get into it. What are the collective energies for the 25th and the 24th of June 2020? All right, bottom of the deck is the Four of Pentacles reversed, followed by the Star and the Three of, that was reversed, the Three of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Wow. So again, coming out of Venus retrograde is like, there is something that we have learned to protect, some higher being, some higher knowing, some higher self that we've learned to value, but we've also learned now how to share it with people in our community, and we've learned that we're not alone. We learned that we're not having to be ruled by a sense of a sense of abandonment. We can walk away from that. We don't have to be forever in this cycle of, oh my God, I'm all alone. Not always, it's time to begin something new. Wow, right off the bat, that's really quite a hopeful message. So we also have the Eight of Cups, the Two of Swords, King of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune, and the Seven of Pentacles. All right, guys, so we are going to have to walk away from something. I feel like there is a decision that needs to be made here with the Two of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Something has to be walked away from. There has to be a new beginning, and it's fated. I feel like whatever situations we're going to be dealing with, it's going to be like a completion of a cycle, but we really have to make the decision for ourselves to walk away from it. Like, we shouldn't let our emotions necessarily rule us. Again, this is like listening to our emotions so they can inform our decisions, but not being consumed by them. And just kind of looking at how far a certain path has taken us, being really grateful for the fact that life gives endless, and spirit gives endless second chances, that we're allowed to learn from the past. And, life is happening for us, not to us. Like, very, very much being empowered by that, and seeking a higher meaning for everything that's going on in your world. All right. So have your card 1, 2, or 3 in mind for the pick a card, and let's get right into that. All right. It's been raining for like 3 days straight here, and I love it. I love going into the woods when it's raining because it's like that smell. It's like, I also love smelling people when they're wet in the woods. I know that sounds really like gross and messed up, but it's like okay, I like totally know who you are now, you know? It's like, right, what are the collective messages for 24th and 25th, please? Okay, we've got 1, we've got 2, and we've got 3. So again, timestamps are in the description box below. If you don't want to watch all 3, let's get into it. So card number 1, this is you. We have death reversed. All right. You are fermenting. You're trying to ferment. Your spirit is trying to ferment. You don't want any part of it, okay? Your ego is like bashing up against that wall and saying like, oh God, no, things can't end. You know, I still have things to explore in this. Well, you know what? Spirit says otherwise. Okay. Wow, we've got everyone who's trying to follow it and talk right now. Yeah, I really do feel like there's something really beautiful that is destined for you, some sort of like new dignity for some of you, but I'm getting this feeling that whatever it is really requires you let go of something. And you know, learning to let go is the name of the game. You know, over the next 2 days, just take your time in that process and really like allow yourself to be like, okay, well, why am I fighting this transformation? Why am I fighting this change? Is it really maybe uncomfortable for me to be sitting in this uncertainty? For some of you it might be. Is it uncomfortable to be sitting in this death feeling, in this feeling of like ending, in this feeling of, you know, like ego death is just like coming up over and over again. Okay, so I just want you to be kind of looking at that. I was listening to one of Alan Watts' lectures yesterday, and he said that he's very like, he's a little too zen for me, but he described the ego as being the observer. Okay, so like there are different parts of our psyches, and when we are paying attention to the external world so that we can be working with what's there, we're observing, you know, we're on high alert, we're watching for things that we can work with or be watching as a danger. When we start to identify with the ego and with the observer, we are lost in anxiety and in in just kind of feeling that we're not connected to the whole thing. Okay, so that's really what this is going to be about for you. I'm only going to pull one more card to clarify this one. I do feel like just getting really clear about what part of you is observing and what part of you feels disconnected, so that you can kind of like relax into that a little bit more, like trust a little bit more. We have the 3 of Swords, reverse judgment, and the 8 of Swords. Yeah, so don't feel bound necessarily to your anxieties. Don't feel bound to your heartaches. It's time to release the expectations that you have for yourself and what you feel is going to happen. And it's just time to say, you know what, like what's done is done. Okay, like what's done is done. It's not going to be your reality. It's not going to be your truth forever. And the only thing that's getting in your way of seeing that right now is yourself. Okay, this is a self-imposed block, so just have some grace with yourself, and liberate yourself, because there's something new on the horizon once you do. Okay, that's it for you. Card number 1. Let's move on. This is gonna be card number 2. The Page of Wands for you, card number 2. Okay, so card number 2, I feel like you are discovery mode. Ooh. The Page of Wands is like the bearer, is like the initiation and the beginning of something new with the wands. It's like you're feeling really spicy with a new project. You're looking at something new again, or seeing the value in something old. Again, we're in retrograde season. This can be revisiting those old passion projects in a new light. You're seeing something in a new light. You're seeing maybe someone with, like new passion. I'm kind of feeling for you guys. Like I'm really picking up like a phallic vibe from this card today. So you might be learning to integrate like the, oh God, how do I say this in a way that isn't gross? Like the capacity to like inject your own perspective into like a project, or like the way that you see your world. You're like in that place where you're like, I'm ready to discover and learn and like I don't know, like it is very playful, this energy for you today. It's very like, yeah, like inserting yourself into a new life, you know, just allowing yourself to be curious about whatever that is. Curiosity kills hatred, okay? Like this is another key thing that I'm getting from this. When you are curious about something, when you want to understand, when you want to get inside of someone's head, someone's world, when you want to really like understand what's going on, it is impossible to hate them. So that might be it for you today and tomorrow. Why is this page wands here? We've got strength, we've got the hanged one reverse, and we've got the 10 of pentacles. You got everything that you want right here, okay? You just have to go out and get it, okay? You need to come out of stagnation. You need to come out of, again, this is another self-imposed block, but this is the self-imposed block of feeling like I can meditate myself there. It's like you've got some sort of a passion that's happening, and you just have to like rely on your own inner strength. You just have to go out and get it. Okay. Great. That is what I have for you. That's it for you, card number 2. Let's move on. Card number 3, this is you. You have the 2 of wands reversed for you, card number 3. So I feel like y'all are an analysis paralysis big time. You might be at a bit of a crossroads today. You might be wondering what the outcome of taking like path A versus path B might be. But you're thinking about it so much. Like I feel like you've done so much reflecting on this situation in the past, and it's just kind of like turning into a hamster wheel. So it's quite challenging for you to feel potent whenever you take a next step, because all of your energy has been drained away into like wondering what will happen instead of just doing. So this might be a cue for you today to just like neither do nor project into the future. This is just a cue to like take a step back and, you know, recognize that you are going to be able to commit to something when the time is right. There is something that will bring you a lot of happiness. It'll, you know, this is the 1111 card. This is going to bring you a lot of joy, whatever you do eventually commit to. Just remember, there are, you know, when you're at a crossroads, oftentimes is like there's don't fall into the trap of believing other people will choose for you. Ace of Cups. You have to follow your emotion. You have to follow your own heart. When you think that you're going to let other people choose for you, that is or like when your indecisiveness gets into the place where you're like, I'm not going to choose, I'm just going to let life choose for me, that is a decision in itself. So you need to reconnect to your emotions today, and you need to really you know, just know that like whatever path you take, whatever you commit to, it is going to bring you a lesson. It's going to bring you joy. It's going to be rewarding in one way or another. It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter what you choose. It doesn't matter which direction you're moving, as long as you're moving. That's what one of my mentors have always told me. But today your only task is really like get back into your emotions. Okay, like just feel what is the most true out of these possibilities. The sun. Oh, wow. And don't exaggerate. Don't exaggerate your joy necessarily. Okay, I just did like a huge research post on the sun. I'll eventually link this page to my Instagram so you guys can see what goes on. Yeah, I'll do that today. But the sun, I'll just tag that post in here so that you can check out a little bit more about what it's about. But this is really like when you have reached a phase of enlightenment, when you have seen something, I feel like that moment has come and gone. Okay, so I feel like there was a moment of enlightenment, but you're kind of like still trying to grasp onto it instead of releasing it and just allowing the truth to be like what it is. Okay. This is your analysis paralysis that's coming back into your picture, that's stopping you from doing one thing or the other. Detach from that if you can. Talk to someone if you can. But really at the core of it, I feel like you are so disconnected from your emotions. You're so disconnected from your truth. Get back into your heart. That'll tell you everything you need to know today, okay? The heart knows things before the head does. So trust. It's all about trust. This is a trust thing for you. All right, that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. I'm not going to do a last look because I don't feel like it. If you're still here, thanks for tuning in. Please give this video a like if it resonated. Check out the details in the description box down below if you want a personalized reading from me. I am available for that this week, and I hope to see you guys in your next reading.